One, go.
Hello, today will be about being a cheerful giver. Our willingness to give and our zeal should be so strong that encourages others to be generous as well. So not to shame others or ourselves when we give, we should not boast and tell others what we give, nor should we give with pride. If we do brag or boast, this can cause problems like envy, jealousy, and even arrogance. We should give with the right heart, as in we should prayerfully decide what we give and what we're going to give and make sure we stick to it. This is true generosity. This is a richer gift than giving through pressure or obligation or with any reservation in your heart. Matthew 6, 1-4 says, "Beware of practicing your righteousness before others, people, in order to be seen by them, for then you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven." We're also called to give to the running of the church, as in the Levitical tithe in Numbers 18:21. In the English Standard Version it says, "To the Levites I have given every tithe in Israel for an inheritance, in return for their service, that they do their service in the tent of the meeting." And yes, it is still prevalent under the New Covenant, as it says so in Hebrews 7 verse 5 in the English Standard Version. Those descendants of the Levi who receive the priestly office have a commandment in law to take tithes from the people, that is, from their brothers, though these are also descended from Abraham. This is the church needs funding to operate, so it is to collect tithes off members to finance the operations of the church. Christ did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. This does not mean that it is not there, but that through his grace we are able to fulfill the law. That means that we can still give, and we should give with a cheerful heart. And we go back to, we should prayerfully decide what we are going to give. And giving to the running of the church and the ministries within the church is in itself an act of worship and thanks to God, and it increases your spirit of generosity. We're not just called to fund the church so our needs are met as a church, but so that there is extra, so that there is help for those that are in need. Proof of our generosity will show through what help we can give, and it will provoke others to glorify God. Our obedience to and following of Christ and our generosity to everyone will cause those in Christ and those not in Christ to see something different in us. In verse 6 we read, "He who sows sparingly will reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will reap bountifully." And that what we are reaping and sowing is spiritual. This is the truth, as in, if you give generously, as in with a heart and mind that are free from reservations, then you will gain much more from your spiritual walk with Christ than if you give with reservations in your heart or mind. Now here are 5 benefits in the physical world, that's this world, of giving cheerfully. 1. Giving is good for your health. Stephanie Brown carried out a study in 2003 on elderly couples. Those that provided help, practical and emotional, to people had a much lower chance of dying over a 5-year period than those who didn't help at all. Interestingly, receiving was not linked to a reduced death risk, only giving. 2. Giving makes us happy. Giving feelings are reflected in our biology. When people give, it activates part of the brain associated with pleasure, social connection and trust, creating a warm glow effect. This was evident in Michael Norton's study, a professor at Harvard Business School. 3. Giving helps social connection. When you give, it is likely that your generosity will be copied by others, creating a sense of cooperation and of community. 4. Giving evokes gratitude. Giving can be a way of expressing gratitude, whether giving or receiving, also creating a sense of community and generosity. 5. Giving is contagious. So as we give to others, it is more likely that others will then copy our generosity and give to others in need, which causes a ripple effect, encouraging even more to give to others they may not have even met yet. To tie up, to give cheerfully and with the right heart, with no reservations, is good for us spiritually and physically, and it also helps to build community.